We're at Cape Crawford in the Northern Territory and taking a sunset flight to the Lost City. Heading out to the edge of the road, our pilot checks for traffic as road trains especially have the right of way. We start off down the Tablelands Highway which heads south to Barclay Homestead. I've taken the option to fly without the door on the helicopter, but as the ground rolls away I remember I have a fear of heights. Strangely, once we are at a greater altitude, my apprehension subsides a little and the pilot assures me that I won't fall out. Turning to the east, the Abner Range comes into view, along with a couple of flies which have hitchhiked on our flight. Amusingly, as we get to this altitude, my mobile phone starts pinging with all the messages and emails that I've been missing in the last day or so. There is no Telstra service on the ground at Cape Crawford, and I have no idea where the nearest cell tower might be from here, but it is obviously reaching us up here in the chopper. As I experiment with putting the camera outside of the cabin of the helicopter, I realise how fast we are actually going. I am glad that our pilot audited my camera gear for any loose items before we took off. As he told us, he would be happy to do another flight to search for a lost camera, but it would be quite time consuming and expensive. The Lost City is another one of the amazing geological features in the Northern Territory. It is located on the MacArthur River Station, which is privately owned pastoral land and not accessible by any public road. The area contains a range of minerals and ores, and helicopters were used to support diamond exploration at one stage in the area. The Lost City covers an area of about 8 square kilometres and contains rocks which are some of the oldest in the world. They are made of quartz sandstone with an outer crust containing iron ores which gives them their reddish colour. The area was once part of a vast inland sea and water seeped into the underlying rock and caused some spectacular erosions, creating columns up to 25 metres tall. We land in a clear area, which is a natural amphitheatre and affords a great view of the formations while we sit and take it in for a few minutes. From ground level we get the true perspective of the height of the formations, which you can't fully appreciate from the air. Lifting off once more, our pilot spins the chopper around so we get another good look at the formations. He has one eye on my camera, so he makes sure we get a nice shot of the sun before we head out. Looking down on the formations again, we can see the maze of passages formed between the rocks. There are Aboriginal art sites with pictures of emus, goannas, as well as other food sources, and even a mounted policeman from the late 19th century. We head north a little and then turn back to look at the lost city as we hover at about 500 metres. Then as we head back towards Cape Crawford, we get a good look at more cliffs inside the Abner Range. This is certainly a fascinating area for the geologist. By now, the sun is just at the right angle to light up the western edges of the range, showing the escarpment and surrounding hills as we cross over the MacArthur River on our return to Cape Crawford. Cape Crawford was named because it is at the northern extremity of the Abner Ranges, not because of its proximity to any ocean, which is over 120 kilometres away. It is home to the Heartbreak Hotel on the junction of the Carpentaria and Tablelands highways. While a number of stories claim to tell the origin of its name, from the money and effort that the original owner put into it to the many fights which would take place there on a weekend, it is certain that it has nothing to do with a song by Elvis. From here, the Carpentaria Highway leads east to Borroloola and then to the Queensland border. From there, the Savannah Way continues all the way to Cairns on the east coast.